What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Misplay for Game podcast. As always, I am your senior yapologist, Andrew or Elixir.
Happy belated Valentine's Day, the internet. I'm your friend, the TommyNT, and I didn't forget about you. I'm just a little behind schedule.
I am the wielder of the Infinity Stones. Death become my name. My name is Jamba.
I am the Kage of meat. And while we're here, Andrew, will you be my Valentine? I know it's a little late.
It is a little late, you know. If you send it in 4 to 6 business days, I should be able to get you a response in a timely fashion.
Who's paying that import though?
Ooh, very good question. Because
the Valentine's Day responsibilities fall upon me for the podcast, I will have to take that L. Unfortunately, Misplay for Game is my Valentine every year.
LLC.
And she is expensive.
Production OP dog.
It's so true. Hey gang, happy February. Happy Black History Month. Happy Vegas Nats. Happy
release of 100 girlfriends that really like.
Yeah, English release of my favorite anime. Should I be saying that?
I had never once heard of it until I saw
gun to my head, I wouldn't even know if I would willingly tell the internet that I liked an anime. They would shoot you for that.
The name is exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah, no, it didn't. I wasn't confused as to what it could possibly be. It was just more like I saw it and I was like, yeah, sure, that exists.
The last time I got put onto one of those like capital T those kinds of shows, I'd been watching Trash Taste and they were talking about Rent a Girlfriend for like the 900th time, and I went, how bad could this possibly be? And then I read 6 chapters and watched 2 episodes and went, I actually think that this should be grounds for corporal bodily capital execution. It's damaging to people on a societal and structural level. It is like beta wave radiation to your body, but just for your brain.
Yeah, they got 5 seasons of it.
I can't believe it.
Oh, dude, it's impressive how many anime you like hear people talking about. You're like, oh, like title's a little interesting. Let me go check it out. And you're like,
yeah, man.
I just love really the wave of light novels that turn into isekais, because it used to just be like mangas and then the light novels would have obscene titles, but now every anime is like an actual literacy test for like a 3rd grader. And I don't know
my dog and now she's in love with a prince. Part 1 of 99,000.
I have been reincarnated as a fridge. That's my new favorite.
No, that's
reborn as a vending machine. Now I wander the dungeons. That's a real one.
Yeah,
it's so good.
That one would be
actually really good. And if anybody dogs on it, I will eat your most prized card.
I'm currently trying to get caught up on Chainsaw Man. That's the normie vibe I exist on at the moment.
That has been good for me. It's just been dragging a little bit. But it's been fine. I like getting my.
You're not a show that will spoil Chainsaw Man for people, though. Just to be clear, you're fine, chat. Don't freak out.
That has been out for years.
I will spoil Blue Lock. They do be kicking that football.
They kick that ball so hard,
and it's fun. For the 7 seconds I get to read it every 2 weeks, where he uploads 4 pages and I go, peek, and then
I wasn't gonna spoil with Chainsaw Man, but I feel like I kind of have to spoil a little bit. Man is a chainsaw.
Dude, many people are telling me this actually.
Like, brother is a chainsaw. It's crazy.
It's such a shame. Yeah, it's such a shame that dude has such a sad life, because he'd be so good working on like home decor. Like he would find purpose so easily.
He just needs to be a carpenter, just like our Lord and Savior.
Has anyone told him about apprenticeship schemes?
It is apprenticeship week.
Oh, true. That's me, famous national government plant D TommyNT, reminding the kids to get out of school and start their work.
It's good financial decisions. All the money that you could be spending paying back your student loan could be spent getting shinier cardboard.
Dude, speaking of shiny cardboard, you guys see the AD stuff this week? Like, LOL, it's Vegas Nats, LOL, it's all the other stuff. Holy moly, the cards are so nice.
Bristol, baby. Bristol's gonna be interesting. Bristol's gonna be a good weekend.
Bristol's gonna be interesting because
you're not if it wasn't the ban list same day as the tournament.
No. That's the best bit. So shout out to OPE, because without them announcing the date of their regional, how else would Bandai know when to drop the ban list?
That's true.
True.
Incredible.
This is the second time it's happened in the UK for context for you.
Well, I hope we can
MeatyKage.
get a stream for it, so you know that we can make a lot of content. A lot of new content for the new format. That's very impactful to the development of the game. Hope we can get a stream.
We'll see if they pay for internet at the soccer stadium. Oh well.
Yeah. Oh, they showed off a deck recipe. I was going to show off some of the reveals. I was going to bring them up on stream, but
Oh, you don't want to rate the
No.
heavy metal Dramon pile?
I know the guy who builds those. Don't listen.
But yeah, no, some very, very cool reveals. It was a good time to be awake. If you're in NA time zone, then, chilling. But if you were like me, Jambo, and Tom, it was 1 a.m. I was not supposed to be awake.
If you were sat in
I
the
was
venue,
working.
you were having time of your life.
Yeah, I was getting some stuff done. You know how the vibes work. Where's the AD set? Oh, I found it. Never mind, we're good. Damn, the actual new cards in AD are crazy, and we're nearly finished, right? There's
10 more, I think.
holy moly.
Yeah, so we got a bunch of reprints. It's cool that NA got Protoform, not Protoform. They got Omekamon OmniX, like that's funny. But yeah, the AD, the Aldermon, very cool. I'll be real, I don't really understand the Beowulfmon all that much.
What with the Beowulf?
It's like Thundergun
What
card,
with it?
right? This card's crazy in
It's
Thundergun.
sick.
Yeah.
Give me all the guns. Give me all the thunder guns.
The artwork on these bothers me.
Oh,
It's anime.
yeah, that fact that we're doing anime screenshots again, but like not even like full art ones is so funny, dude. It's so tight.
It being
They're
an
just
SR as well
totally
is
screwing
so
around.
funny. Like, you get an SR and it's just like JPEG.
Yep. I will
It's
be
just-
role
it's
playing
like-
every time.
It's the
I will be.
quality. It's the quality difference between the images of Beowulf and Koji, though. That I'm just like,
Yeah, it's wild.
yeah.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
laughing. Yeah, I was laughing before too, because like if you go on like if you go through like all the actual AD reveals, like there is new art, like the all the CrossHeart stuff. Sorry, the Z Greymon's got like a new artist. I think the Shine is an anime screenshot, but like camera cards have new art. Like there's like random ones that are new and random ones that are just lifted screenshots. But all of the lifted screenshots are literally lifted screenshots, but not like the backgrounds aren't from the anime. They're just like a new thing they made.
They just put the PNG.
Yeah, they're just like in kind of like a Zen mind garden.
You know when you like
the
try and get a
Greymon's
headshot?
in like an orange room.
Yeah.
It's
This is
like
the worst Galmon they've ever made, by the way. I hope you know this. This card's
If
fucking
this was the
horrible.
worst Gallant one we'd ever made, this deck would have won Worlds.
This is
This
card
is I
horrible.
think it's the 5th best one. And I've done some
Which
thinking
is
about that
insane.
recently.
Because
Yeah,
this is out in modern year.
I know.
the fifth out of how many though?
Let's find out actually. Does anyone want to put a guess on that?
I would
The
rather
Gilmon
play-
TCG.
I would
BT1 Galmon over this
say-
shit.
You're right for that, Jambo, but I can't comment.
I want to say there's 11.
Are we
Gallimon.
including Chaos in that and Medieval?
Yeah, you guys, fellas, you're welcome to. Do you want me to expand it to level 6s that are name treated Gallantmon or have Gallantmon
God.
synergy?
No, Megidramon scares me.
Okay, there's not a lot of those.
Yeah, there's only
there's-
like
there's-
3 Megidramon,
There's gonna be
Yeah,
9,
yeah.
right?
maybe 4.
There's 4 if you count the Great
there is.
Dragon's shitter one.
Yeah, true. With an
Bro,
envoy.
that deck would have been so cool. I tried so hard.
Oh,
with that
pardon me.
fucking deck.
That's. I forgot about the one that's exclusively Dark Dragons support. There are more Megidramons than 4.
Oh god.
No, there's PT5.
Yeah,
BT.
but like we're asking about the ones that are also Gallantmons, right?
Oh, okay.
He, despite being good, is not technically a Gallantmon. Anyway, there are 1 Gallantmon, 2 Gallantmon, 3 Gallantmon, 4 Gallantmon, 5 Gallantmon, 6 Gallantmon, 7 Gallantmon, 8 Gallantmon, and then this
damn.
puppy makes 9.
Hey,
And then there are 2 Gallant X's, 2 Medievals, 2 Chaos.
the War Growl does look like it's straight from.
This is the ugliest card that will go in the
I've ever
binder.
seen.
I'm so
Yeah,
stoked.
this card is disgusting. The effect's good. The effect's alright. Okay, so the Galmon at the moment is very bad. Unless they print a new biomass
Granny.
Kato. That's pretty
I'll
good.
give it this though. It's good to have given the. Sorry, it's good in exactly one scenario that was not currently occupied by Gallantmons, and I'm sure there'll be like a much better PXP explanation of this in like 6 weeks. So you guys should just go watch
he
me do
hates
it.
it.
Yeah, everyone hates it. It's not very good. But the only unique niche this thing presents is that this is the one that you can turn into with Rush that also has the protection. It's the only thing in that Venn diagram. So if that ever mattered, this card would be good. But you'll catch me dead before that matters.
The old art's cool though.
Yeah,
The
it's
art
all,
is very cool.
everything in AD looks good.
yeah.
All the AD alts are amazing. Have you seen that, dude? I love being the hater. The Imperial is gorgeous. The fighter mode is one of the prettiest cards I've ever seen. Like you can actually see where the foil texture layers are gonna go on this thing. It's gonna be goddamn crazy. The One-Mon and the V-Mon glowing. Ooh.
I don't know, dude. The Marcus Stamen and Agumon alt art is probably the best alt art in the set.
That one's so fun.
Oh
I
yeah.
love that
That
card.
is the funniest alt they've ever made.
I think it's crazy that this
is
is like Shine is the deck that like I feel like you see the most people who are mad about anime screenshots in, because the deck is like prone to anime screenshots, and the fact that like they saved this to be an anime screenshot is cruel.
Like when I first saw it, I was like, "Why is Marcus riding on top of a giant Agumon?" And then I like had to like stare at it for a solid like 2 minutes.
It's so funny, bro.
Yeah, it's,
I'm geeked.
It's funny. Big
I'm
fan.
geeked with it.
I'm geeked. I'm here for this.
The X7 as well. The art's like whatever. The art was really cool. That card is crazy. The new X7.
Yeah, because it can go on top of itself.
Yeah. This card is crazy. It's just
Oh my
good.
god, it can. That's
Oh
so
my
smart.
gosh, yeah, what?
This is DHM's wet dream. I'm serious. This
Yeah, he's pretty happy
this is
with
what
this
he
card.
dreamt about for years.
The one thing I don't understand is what's the point in the on play? Then it can unsuspend. Like what good is that gonna do you?
Because you can. Oh wait, okay, I can't. Do I leak
No
it? Can I
spoil
say
it,
Can I
Jambo.
spoil
Yeah, it's
it?
fine. The four good CrossHeart players have already told everybody
MeatyKage,
about
there
it.
is a card called I Can't Turn My Back.
Me when intended synergy.
So what it does is that it rips all of the sources from the funnier Digimon and then puts it under a tamer. And then you can play a card from your hand reduced by the amount of sources that you put in.
Okay.
So if you go, I'll make an X7 for 1 or whatever.
Yeah.
Can't turn my back, untap, make another X7, reduce it by 5, but you also reduce it by the Digicross requirement. So you just get a free X7 or an X6.
Yeah, it's very, very
So
silly.
it combos with itself because you can go do this one, make another one. We can go do this one, swing, can't turn my back, play another one, untap that one, swing again, swing, untap again, swing.
Oh.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think also because like this card is intended to be a top end for Blue Flare as well, so it means if you do actually Evo over a level 5 that's sideways.
But like when digivolving when attacking, sure, it's the on play.
You can
so
resolve
make
the Taiki Kudo 21 first, right? So you play it, Taiki lets it attack, and then you do your on play and unsuspend.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay. That
Also,
makes
it's a Yume trigger, so you can attack them how you want to.
I don't know, I've been playing Dorvik for like a month, so my brain is just draw cards, play Dorvik, and pray.
Dorvik is actually, some will hate to see it not on the tier list, but it hasn't had a new card yet, but it should go on a tier list if I'm being honest.
I have topped with it like every week for like the last like 5 weeks.
Yeah, sometimes all you need is a hammer, brother.
I have watched your locals though, Meaty, so
yeah. No, when I'm up too late from work, God bless you for streaming at like the doomer o'clock European hours, bro. Because like when I'm sat there trying to finish something and I'm like, oh my god, Colorado locals are to the rescue, bro. I'm saved.
Yeah, we have another local in like an hour, but it seems like most people are kind of taking the day off.
Yeah.
Which is funny because you think that it might be the one where like everyone who's qualified for Vegas is out, so like all of the like lower players that want to try and get that.
We only had 2 store regionals in Colorado.
Damn.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's more than us.
Did he play the LCQ or did he play the actual event?
My boss played the actual event, and then one of our friends, our local Gallantmon player, went to the LCQ but lost to the wait list.
Nah, there was a wait list.
There was a
Yeah.
wait list.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
crazy.
Jesus.
All I'm
One Piece
hearing.
product got scalped yet again. No
Yeah.
shocker there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard it was horrible on the Friday. There was like 11-hour wait just to get in front of the line.
Yeah, and they once you pick up your product, you're only allowed one item. Once you pick it up, you then get put on like a wait list to be able to pick up more.
What? So like one of each or one?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of each.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, you get to pick one thing.
Well, like, cause my friends that went, all of us were like, "Hey, can you pick up this for us? Can you pick up this for us?" And they're like, "Yeah, for sure." And then they get there and they're like, "Nope, only one."
Yeah, it was like that Dusseldorf.
Once
But
you
it's just
start,
like,
once you start playing card games, you never stop hating Logan Paul and wishing he'd explode. Like you can draw a straight line back to that motherfucker and him causing all this.
It couldn't have been a worse time for One Piece to boom.
Yeah, it's such a shame. Even the Dragon Ball players, bro, I keep up with that, and like it is despair-inducing what's happened to their secondary market in the last 30 days before the North American finals.
So what you're saying is I really should have tried to shift my stupid One Piece. Actually, no, I looked at the Dragon Ball cards I pulled from my Nats payment. I pulled nothing.
Yeah, basically every Bandai card game, but Digimon and Gundam has become.
I wish I had.
Dude, the amount of people that have called my store asking if we have manga boosters for Dragon Ball, and I'm like, you are several months late.
Yeah. It's a shame. I mean, I hope Bandai gets the memo as quick as some of the other people have. Like Pokemon doubled their print in 2025.
Well, One Piece, the heroine set, they announced that they were reprinting them to specifically shoot scalpers dead in the street.
Yeah, I hope they stick to that because that's one of those things that helps basically everybody who has any interest in playing, not just collecting. So
I mean, we still get hit with buyouts in North America
constantly.
Yeah, that's because people were hustling before the pulls got in. Like, NA has always been like a hustler's market.
Well, what set is it? BT5 Titamon?
Oh, the super rare.
The fucking like gold signature one was like it was like $4 for like a solid like 2 or 3 years. It's like 50 now.
Yep.
Yeah, that really surprised me because like even in Europe it's starting to get a little bit silly with how much that card is, and it's like objectively the worst of the two Titamon. Never mind. Never mind. Someone from the UK has crashed that bitch down to £5. Shout out to if you want to go get a signature.
Wait, give me the name.
This is Jules91. He said, everyone's going for £17. No, I don't think I will.
There's no
5.
way.
Yeah, so if you want to hop on Card Market right now, live viewer market manipulation.
I'm actually hopping on.
No.
If you can get through the Card Market wait queue.
the card market wait time vultures are gonna come and grab you, dude.
There's no way.
Yeah, there's literally just one for £5. Really funny.
If that's actually cheaper to mail to America than to buy an American one.
I'm buying this right now. What the fuck? This is live buying.
This is like that time we did that with Victory Sword, it was Garurumon BT1. Never mind, I remember.
Go check Asuna price.
No, I don't think that's also going to be a $5, bro. I think Tama sent me a screenshot of it after the reveals, and it's like 25 a pop now.
I actually just bought this, by the way.
Asuna
I
right
hadn't even
now.
thought about that. I should have bought the Asunas.
Asuna right now, there's one for 23, and then every other one is £67. So Jambo, if you're feeling like just buying like purple cards before they get really expensive, there's one more Asuna for you. Might as well fill up that shopping cart.
I was saying last week, I think this set is very undervalued.
This is Anyone Zoom In is weird.
Yeah, Jamie thought this card was going to be £7.
There's one on the market. There's one UK, and it's Ribbon Realms, and they don't update their card market ever.
Good thing they don't. But yeah, the reveals were pretty cool. I think there's been something.
The Omnimon's crazy.
The Omnimon is crazy.
For like the 90,000 Omnimon players, I will lead Omnimon Nation. I was laughing about that. If you ignore Alex, DTCG Alex, Gas Aficionado, who like actually plays an Omnimon deck at a competitive, significantly capacitous level, I think my our screwy top first place 3v3 is like Omnimon's second best result in the format.
Yeah.
So as the vice president of Omnimon Nation, you guys should buy AD01 because it's crazy. I shouldn't have given this deck assembly. I don't know what they were thinking.
Speaking of things that they shouldn't have given the deck, should we acknowledge Beelstarmon?
Yeah, it's really good. I think objectively suggests that like we're gonna see more interesting game design out of what are they called, dual cards?
Yeah.
Than almost anything.
I'm not gonna lie.
Expected.
I thought you were gonna call the card suggestive, and I was like, I mean, it's VLStar. Like,
oh yeah, you know what?
That comes with the territory.
Yeah, I play Digimon, bro. I'm gonna be buying alt Junomon. I have a playset of the Venusmon alts, and every time I get them out, I'm like, but I'm not a creep. I'm normal about women. I promise. I'm not a nightmare.
This one's gonna be so interesting because I'm curious to see what the alt is gonna look like for this. Because I am not particularly familiar with Takeuchi Moto, but I really like their art style. Quite soft.
I think it will be interesting. This is the first ultra rare we've seen, or ultimate rare we've seen revealed. So from my money, I think it'll be interesting to see how they actually interact with this. Like if this card that's already hard to get then eats up your what's it called? Like I don't know if this. I think they're less rare than secrets, but more rare than supers, right? That's
yes, they said it was higher than. They specifically said it was higher than supers, but they didn't say anything about secret. So to me, it seems like a mid step. I wonder if it's going to take like the foil slot.
Yeah, it seems like it is the prime candidate for, you know how like the nebulous hit is an alt or a secret or whatever it is. This is like, oh, it's an ultimate rare. Yeah, and then an alt secret. Like it feels like it is primed to eat up one of those polls.
I do hope they implement it like well though. Like it's not like they make secret as like, oh, there's like one a case or something, right? Like they do it. I think that's how it works in Dragon Ball in Masters for.
Oh, secrets are actual hits.
Yeah, well, I think they're like one a case, and they're
Dragon Ball had SCRs though, where it was like. And they were, dude, some of them were like a couple $100, and like
you needed like multiple for meta decks, right?
No, around the first like 4 sets, yes, but then they changed it to you could only run one.
Oh, okay.
But Dragon Ball, the reason why they put out Fusion World was because Super was just like it was getting so fast that you were essentially getting rid of your own life, flipping over your guy or awakening your own guy. And then you were seeing pretty much everything in your deck that you needed, hitting your SCR and then going for game turn 2, turn 3.
Yeah, sounds very
based
familiar.
In
It's like, I don't know how familiar anybody in here is with CEDH for Magic.
Yeah.
But you know how CEDH is very much if you're not winning by turn 5 at a minimum, you're not playing the game.
Yeah.
That's basically what DBS had turned into.
I mean, there's some truth to that in basically any competitive environment. It's like, you know, you'll find that in anything. Like I saw a lot of people, I was complaining to Jam before we went live that like, you know, I love the Bandai streams, but I think the Bandai live chats for those broadcasts are some of the least beneficial interactions you could have on the internet. I just like between like people like when's One Piece and to add rotation and like these dudes are doing the job I do on Memgage the Room.
Dude, the one thing I will say about the Bandai multi-streams is Union Arena is the funniest psyop of all time because we straight face I'm like I will not play this game, but the Kagurabachi pack sounds kind of crazy.
Dude, Union Arena is so much fun.
Too bad we can't play it because we're European.
Yep.
Yeah.
The game is I have a hard time taking it seriously. I do really enjoy the game though.
It does look really interesting, but it's also incredibly funny to just be like that. Yeah, I play Digimon. Yeah, I play Union Arena. Oh, what are they doing in Union Arena? And I check in and I see 1,000 Year Blood War versus Data Live or something. I would go, as God intended.
Well, so I
I
even have a 2-star.
Nice.
Oh, that's wait. What's that? Let me.
From Rurouni Kenshin.
Oh,
Damn, there's
okay.
Rurouni Kenshin and you.
Yeah, bro, they have
Yeah.
everything.
They do not
And
care
I
about
know,
that.
like I know that's the joke, but I would not have pulled that series as one that's in
let
here.
me actually get this out. This
Oh,
is
guys, new segments on on Misplay for games that are in Union Arena.
Wait, actually,
Spoil action point.
that's such a good idea. You just like
All right, here I go.
you get like 5 series and like 3 of these are in Union Arena with
Yeah, I'm
ones.
doing it right now. I love these terrible scuffed ones. You guys remember when I used to like prep these?
Yeah.
I think there is like 80,
Huh?
I think there's 80 main sets in Japan.
Brother.
I
They,
think
they-
there's more than that.
yeah, they put out so much shit. In
All right,
Japan.
guys. Are we ready? Hang on.
Because not every set,
my
but
God.
a lot of sets
So
are going to be
remember.
BT sets.
Bro, they have everything. They have
They-
fucking everything.
They announced this a while ago. This is actually going to
This is-
be one of the first
English
North
ones.
American. Yeah, it's going to be one of the
Yeah.
first English
What
first
was it?
sets.
I thought One Punch Man was. I thought
One
that
Punch Man was the first one.
Yeah.
This is going to be the first one that also has the English voice actors as the signatures
okay.
instead of the Japanese ones.
I think it was really funny. So I watched like a video
The
about
voice
last year.
actors sign them and not the artists?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, okay.
Imagine being an artist and you're like, yeah, sorry, mate, you have to draw for Union Arena.
Yeah.
No one's gonna know your
you
name.
get cooked.
Yeah, but like the artist isn't the guy going arise and you're like, oh, hype moments and aura.
I mean, Vice Schwartz, those are signed by the voice actors too.
Yeah.
Good
I guess it's
lord.
like more like
I'm
idol
surprised they're
culture,
still
right?
in business. I'm gonna be honest.
What, Bushy Road?
Yeah.
That's because their product cost £90,000. So if you play a Bushy Road game, you are bankrolling them for 8 years. Source. I
Understandable.
came from
Okay,
Bushy
I was
Road.
gonna do this funny joke segment, but actually it's simply too crazy that this is real. I'm just like, okay,
There was so
all right, I'm
many
gonna give you
franchises.
3 and you're gonna tell me which one isn't in the thing. Are you ready?
All right.
We're going the Tales of RPG series, we're going Tekken, and we're going Puella Magi Madoka Magica.
It's Tekken.
It's-
Oh no, they're all
it's
free.
good.
No, actually, it's all free. They're all in the game.
Yeah, Jumbo, I was cheating, but yeah, they're all in the game. Yeah, they put
Yeah,
Tekken in this card game.
Tekken was one of the first ones.
Yeah, October 27th, 2023.
Insane.
Tekken was one of the first ones.
It's insane.
But it's Tekken.
So it's Tekken 7.
Yeah.
all they're doing is taking up market.
Shout out to
Okay.
Heihachi.
That's all
Damn,
that
that
game
card
is.
looks crazy.
Well, Tekken's also a Bandai IP, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense actually.
Why? Where's Kuma in Digimon? That's what I'm talking about. Put him in my Marsmon deck. Oh my god.
Dude,
Yeah,
once
that's
the
my
high Q set
phone
fucking comes
easily.
out, once the high Q set comes out in North America, though, dude, oh my god,
I'm
going
surprised that
broke.
hasn't come out yet.
right?
March 22nd, 2024. I'm seeing on the wiki here.
Well, no, I mean like in English.
Yeah.
Sorry,
In-
there's a 2-year gap between cards.
Yeah. So what happened is, so
What?
the original Digimon developers, they got moved away from Digimon over to Union Arena to start Union Arena.
Right.
That's why we got Murata in the first place.
Yeah, back in 14.
Yeah.
14. Yeah. I remember.
And then they just
Damn.
kept pumping sets out. All that game does is take up market share. That's all that game does.
You know, I kind of understand.
But at least they made it enjoyable.
Brother, there's a
Yeah.
Macross crossover.
But I'm telling you, they have everything.
They do. I'm not.
There'd be a Gundam set if they didn't make the card game.
Is there not a Gundam
Uh,
set? Are you sure there's not a Gundam set that used to soft launch
There's an
Gundams?
Evangelion
No,
set.
that's
Yeah, it's even going to-
Wait,
that's
wasn't that also?
VSS.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
They had a Battle Spirits one, but they still own the rights to it. So they're like, fuck it, make a Evangelion set as well.
Yeah,
Well-
no, the Gundam VSS thing. I have strong opinions on that. I'm pretty sure I said that on the last podcast. I don't remember.
I'm surprised
wouldn't
Digimon
mind
doesn't
hearing
have
more
any
VSS hate.
crossover things. Now just like thinking about it, like it is kind of surprising. Digimon has gone well, we've already had our 26th main set announced, and they've not done any like weird licensed crossover stuff.
Yeah.
Digimon is exclusively weird crossover stuff. Are you completely
No, I mean
they
like
have the Cross Wars manga as a tie-in now.
yeah,
you know what I
but that's
mean?
still
Like,
Digimon. I'm talking like Lily from Tekken, who is in Digimon Time Stranger on a
Yeah.
T-shirt,
I
is
think
not
the
like a
thing-
random tamer
She
that
has a
plays.
Mime.
Yeah, I think the thing about Digimon's TCG is that it's accidentally responsible for reviving Digimon, not for being a Bandai IP. So like they let the card
Yeah.
game exist as like pure Membowen bait for like it's an unstopped dose.
Yeah, but like if she has a Numemon, imagine like a promo Lily from Tekken, and it plays Numemons or some shit. I don't know.
We don't have a survive set. Let me get the Digimon games finished before we
I
get a
need
crossover.
give me another Plutomon, please.
You haven't even got the first Plutomon, the one you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah, I want the one I want, and then I want the one I don't want, and then I want the survive one.
Yeah, I just want Davis to be not terrible stuff anymore.
Yeah.
All right. Well, quick VSS rant. Battle Spirits in Japan was a solid game. Saga
You
was
say
dog
was,
shit.
it's still going.
Yeah,
Battle
Yeah,
Spirits
but
is
like-
40 years old.
extremely popular.
Yeah, it's just like I haven't seen much about it since like high school, which if I date myself was 13, 14 years ago.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You made
I'm
me do my math.
23, mate.
You made me do my math.
Right.
Andrew and I used to work together. He knows how long I've been around.
Really? That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun story. It's short, but it's fun. I mean, there's a long version which I refuse to go into. Because I feel like
Wait, Battle
Makes
Spirits
you-
is only 2008. I thought it was older than that. Sorry to do a quick.
yeah, no. Well, so I remember when they did the Digimon Tamers crossover,
Phase.
and that got me into the original Battle Spirits because I also grew up in Southern California where we had stores that sold like Japanese card game products. So the game did pretty well, at least in my little neck of the woods. And then I'd say 2012, 2013, people kind of stopped caring, at least out in the West. And I mean, it's the same thing with like Kaijudo and
Forgot about
Duel
that.
Monsters
God.
and stuff like that. Like, you know, games that tend to go on for a very long time everywhere else.
Dude, Kaijudo is crazy. Like that's just
That's an insane
Duel
fault.
Masters again, right? It was just Duel Masters
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I'm sure everybody in here is familiar with Primitive Kage.
I go.
I go.
Shout out Team Icewall. We tried playing BSS for a bit, and him and his friends up in northern Colorado were like really good at the game. And when they went to Nats for it, I think it was like sub 60 people. Like it was
Insane.
rough.
Insane.
Yeah.
And that's where they showed off the Gundam collab. I don't know if anybody remembers that.
Yeah, I still have the
Yeah.
card. I have some.
Yeah.
I have some in my a little collection.
The way they spun it though was that it was going to be an entire Gundam set.
Oh yeah, I remember this. People are
then-
hyped as fuck for this, and they're like,
and
"That's
it was like-
toppers."
Yeah, it was like 5 or 6 box hoppers.
Yeah.
And for some reason, after the set came out and they lost pretty much all of their player base because they realized they got fucked over, they put up that poll that they asked you to answer at the start of everything on the Bandai app. That was like, what IPs do you like? And it
Oh
was
my
like,
god. Yeah.
it was like
Battle Spirits made
Gundam.
Gundam.
I
yeah,
told
it was
the
like-
homies to vote for Naruto.
Yeah,
so
I voted
Yeah.
Naruto on that.
It was Naruto, Gundam, and then like 2 others. And then they announced the Gundam card game, or that they were like, developing it. And I was like, that's what the poll was. And they just completely fucked over, the very small amount of BSS players that they had by announcing this Gundam set, not actually giving people a Gundam set. They got an Ava set instead.
Yeah,
And then
those cards were
You're like-
pretty good.
They were, and then they were just like, okay, you know, how much do you guys like Gundam? Oh, you're trying to enter any Bandai tournament? Please tell us how much you like Gundam. And then once that was done, they're like, cool, here's a Gundam card game, and it's like, all right, Bandai,
Oh, that's so funny.
all right.
I still remember when they announced they were sunsetting Battle Spirits, they kept doing like tweets that are like, are you guys ready to play Summer's Legacy? And the whole comment section, every single shoot, it's like, you scumfuck bastard. Why have you done this to my favorite card game? You fucking money hungry bastards. And all it was like, guys, come to this last tournament we're doing forever. And it was like, they were trying to market it as like this great farewell. Even though you turn up, you get prizing that's worth less than a fucking bottle of water. And
that one UC event that we went to is like that you could play in the Ultimate Cup or you could play in a 11-man Battle Spirits.
Oh, when Jamie got top 16 out of 11 players.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I heard a story. So it was the year Battle Spirits came out when we were at Games Expo. I think you guys remember. It was the regional we went to. I think SAF won.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard a story from my friend Howard. You guys, I know Tommy and Elixir have met him, but he's a big guy. He's played a lot of Battle Spirits. I heard a story from him. He saw like the head developer crying after he saw the amount of players who turned up for the welcome, like for the convention event, because it was only about 15 people, right?
Yeah, they held it at the same time of the tournament.
It was Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, the guy walked off crying.
Tough break.
Yeah. If you laugh your favorite anime, if you laugh your favorite anime gets reincarnated in Union Arena.
Or did you guys know there's a Persona 3, specifically remake Persona 3 starter deck in Battle Spirits?
No, I didn't.
Well, I'm just on the wiki now. This is welcome back to Misplay for Game. I'm on the
Persona
wiki.
3 Reloaded?
Yeah. There's also
what
it came out in the block titled Hold on.
Stay with me.
Hold on. I'll be right there. It's an indecipher. It's like I'm turning Morse code into language right now. Contract Saga : True. That's not a joke. That's what it's called.
They are showing off Chainsaw Man information.
Yeah.
On the stream right now.
Really funny that Denji has no text because his ass can't read or write, so he's just a bunch of asterisks.
Oh, never mind. None of them have words.
Everyone is illiterate in the Chainsaw Man universe.
They're like, we can't reveal the card text yet, but we'll show you the alt that you'll spend all your money on.
Yeah. Well,
I'm glad I read Chainsaw Man and gave up on it.
Season 2's been fun.
Yeah, but like once you read it,
get further ahead. Good though.
Once you read it, you're kind of like, I have wasted the last year waiting for this to come out.
This is the true open third eye moment. Stop wanting anime. Let anime happen. Don't have any expectations, and it will jump scare you when it's good every now and then.
Yeah.
Maybe we've hit critical mass, and all these underpaid animators that are all starving and broke. Maybe there is a tipping point. Yeah. Maybe there's a tipping point where
Attack on Titan Volume 2 until September 18th, bro. That's so far.
There's still more Attack on Titan coming out.
Yeah, because it's the final season one.
Yeah.
Sorry, they've been doing the final season of Attack on Titan since COVID.
Well, so
I'm done, bro.
What they
Kill
do for
all of them.
Arena is that they print a base set of an anime, and then they revisit it later, and it's like a volume 2. But a lot of the time, the volume 2 is worse than the base set. So you just never want to buy it.
Bleach's base set was 1,000-Year Blood War.
Yeah, now it's getting 1,000-Year Blood War Volume 3.
Yeah.
Did you guys know how many Godzilla Battle Spirits sets there are?
Oh god,
we've actually gone off such a tangent. We were talking about this Omnimon being sick, and now we've...
Look, this is what happens when...
If we don't have a segment and a schedule for Misplay, people seem to like these.
We were going to talk about
as surprised as you are.
That's why I wanted to, like, I hit up Andrew, and I was like, hey, let me get back on the podcast, dude. I just want to fucking yap.
Yeah, I mean, any other business is always part of the thing. We were going to talk about NA Nats, but unfortunately, because it is multi-stream, that means you get 3, maybe 4 games of Digimon for the entire weekend. We've gotten to see the guy that won the LCQ. I will give them credit. I think doing whoever won the LCQ as the feature match round 1 is such a sick idea.
Yeah, it's clever.
Really, really cool.
Oh, yeah, that guy's going to Worlds, by the way.
Really? Is that already confirmed?
That guy came. It's the guy that came third at Dallas.
Oh, cool.
He just didn't play the whole season, and he was like, fuck it, I'll go play.
That's hard.
That's so peak.
And then he made day 2.
That's hard.
That's baller.
So friend of the channel moment, Donkey Dog. We have
watch the new rules video. It's another good one.
Yeah, we have a little banter with him. I was making the joke to him this whole year. Bro, if you go play Vegas and you finish top 4, all you have to do is just shake your opponent's hand. you and everyone in top 4 gets a picture saying this is Worlds, because no matter what the result, everyone in that top 4 is going to Worlds because Moment's already got his invite.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But I thought you didn't this year. But
yeah, I mean, you've got to chill.
6 Americans get to go to Worlds this year, 2 Europeans.
This is NA's year, bro.
Actually,
even though NA already won, but this is NA's year.
It has to be.
Yeah. Well, except if you're a truther, of course, and you know a certain Portuguese menace coming around the corner.
It depends what this ban list says, bro. If this ban list doesn't,
if the ban list comes for Cerberus X, we're all right.
No, Worlds is 3 banners.
Never mind, you're all hosed. Good luck.
I don't know if he's gonna take the croc. He's been trying to play anything else.
The last thing he wants to take is the croc.
Yeah, but I need him to do me this favor so that the dog gets banned.
Yeah, but you should message Moment.
Kill the dog.
Well, I'm hoping KDA Master does that too. That's the other part.
I want him to resolve Dark Dragons because that's gonna look so funny. He's gonna
play that at a regional.
Yeah, but what is Worlds but like a really small regional? It's like
true.
a Bordeaux.
This is a safe space because I've said it out loud, guys. The Dark Dragon stuff is less terrible than I thought it was. I don't think we can keep calling it the worst purple.
Yeah, but no, my tier list, guys.
Yeah, but just think about it, Tom. If he does well with it,
we don't have to do an episode on that now, right? We're good.
If he takes it and does well, it looks great for us. If he takes it and does terribly, Dark Dragon's expected result. It's fine. He has the infinite out.
You're right, actually. I hadn't thought about it that way. What if? Yeah, you know what?
And if you lose fast enough, you get to spend more time with no responsibilities in Japan.
Yuxo's the GOAT now, man. Now that I know the deep wrestling lore that inspires his every waking moment, I would fight and die for that man. That's all. It's gonna be
all of Europe has to be behind him. All of Europe has to be behind that guy.
It's true. Spirit Bomb.
Wait, no, it's a hoodie player, right? Because the Jaspon player got 4th, so they ended up.
Okay, I don't want to sound mean, but the tweet of the guy who finished 4th and he gets moved up into 3rd and he's put up and he's underneath the thing. Hey guys, I'm the one that came 3rd. Who can I get in contact for my prizing? Wait,
did 3rd, 4th get more prizing?
Who's gonna tell him?
3rd got a trophy, bro.
3rd got a trophy?
Yeah, top 3 got a trophy.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, bro, they are not making shit.
Yeah, you're not getting another one. That's so
he's
sad.
Never getting anything.
That's a bummer. Oh, I didn't know. I just thought it was like, can I get on the Twitter?
I was gonna say there's a picture. There's a picture,
and
then I remembered there's no picture anymore because it will never see the light of day.
That event never happened actually.
Cheaters used to be funny, man.
Don't ask a Bandai rep what happened to do sort of.
At least
we've been trying to mimic it at locals just for the memes.
If the deck actually did this, would it be good?
We did talk about seeing if I played Beelzemon and I just like on camera would just be like, can I check your trash real quick and see if I can get away with milling from the top of my deck?
The new fighter mode's crazy for that deck though, by the way.
Yeah, more floodgates.
We're taking that off your hands, bro. We're not letting you touch that deck with a 50
Oh, but Jambo, I finally got the cool playmat and everything, you know. Yeah. I'm like ready to go.
Oh, what, man?
Yeah, I don't know
What would
why.
you say?
It's also a hero card, guys. I've been doing a little bit of messing around with hero. Been trying to like move the cards. I have like a back when before unification, I had the proxies still because we were like, does testing matter for this tile? I got those out of my binder the other week, and I was like, what does hero look like with this new stuff? And like some of it's like kind of good actually. Like I don't know if it's a segment on this show. I don't think it. I don't want to talk about it in the capacity of do I think it's playable or not. But like it's interesting and looks like a Digimon deck at least. Like it's not just like hope you make Gaiamon the pile.
The deck of 50 cards.
It is. It's like the Gallantmon's pretty annoying if you play it in hero. The fighter mode's pretty annoying if you go like wham up to that dude. You're like, oh, I'm chilling. See you later, dude. I don't know. We'll see. I think it's funny that Omnimon is everyone's like, oh my goodness, this card's crazy. And it's like, yes, the Omnimon's crazy. It's good in adventure. It's very good in adventure, actually. I was laughing about the Anduamon, the like foil one from the starter decks, is getting like quietly price hiked because you can use that to make the Omnimon for nada. But the Omnimon's also a hero card, and it's way better in hero than people think it is. So I don't know.
I'm gonna say something, right?
Yeah.
Right. We European Union doesn't matter to us. Bro, they just announced Gurren Lagann's getting a fucking set.
No way. Wait, I'm buying that.
That's sick.
Wait, I'm in. Stop pushing. I'm in.
That is so sick.
Damn. I want one of those like top and bottom like art cards for Gurren and like.
Oh my god, that'd be sick.
That'd be tight. Oh.
AD's looking good though. I'm gonna be honest, right? This is so much better than RB1. Infinitely better than RB1.
Yeah, they did a really good job with this one. Not basing it on Ghost Game was a great start.
Need to exist.
I saw a shield box in the wild the other day.
No way. Would you? If next time you see that, buy it for me and I'll pay you.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we're using it for the Misplay sealed event.
Bro, he'll probably do it me for fucking £40.
That's not bad.
I'm
looking
at
how much I got.
That's how much I got 5 boxes of Digimon for, £45.
Yeah, I mean it's the worst kept secret on this channel, but in addition to our next Misplay event, one of the other ones I'm working on this year is our pre-recorded like specials, the Misplay specials. I'm not talking a very Misplay Christmas. We're not doing that one yet. But we are gonna do the sealed video is in early production and the product is being bought. So I have a couple boxes already. We're gonna do a draft series. It'll be fun. People like Prague. It gets a click or two. But thinking about that one time we were like, if Digidane was popular, or sorry, if Digidane played a popular card game, he'd be a Farfetch. I was like, wait, we could be like a scuffed, shitty MBT. Let's try it. So yeah, that's the vision.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make it work.
I was tentatively interested.
That dude works really hard, and I don't. So let's see how much that matters.
I was tentatively interested in then working the Star Wars broadcast and actually getting to seal like proper draft and getting ideas on how to do like full draft cameras. I'm definitely super on board now, so I'm excited to see what we can do with that. And hopefully people will watch it instead of going, nah, it's not current meta gameplay.
Well, we trick them. We say the draft is, and then we ignore the word draft in the thumbnail, and it just says AD01 Digimon because it is technically AD01 Digimon.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, it'll be fun. I think it'd be fun to get some connections going too. Yeah, but I've been talking about getting some other people to collab, so it'll be.
Bro, we just need to get Dana.
Well,
that's a really expensive.
You got a time machine and or a flight to sort that one out, Jamboree. You couldn't get much further away.
I didn't think that, bro. Okay, listen. I sent him that mail list. I was like, "Go, my son. Be free. Enjoy life." And then he just drops dick the whole day.
It was a great year for. I mean, I guess it's technically a new year, but it's been like a great 14 months for content creators. I keep bringing it back to our goats DigiDread going, yo, content creators, it's time to lock in. And I don't mean about content. I mean about being good at the game. And then all the content creators were like, word, let me go win something.
Yeah.
Can't relate.
You just said you talked to a bunch of locals. That's something.
Yeah, coffee locals is one thing, but like, because my boss is also a competitor, if there's like a large event, I have to be the one to cover his shift.
Oh, true. You get
That's
stuck doing
insane.
it.
You actually
Yeah.
get him. What the fuck?
So like whenever we have like
TommyNT.
whenever we have like a like we're supposed to do a case tournament next Saturday, and we're like struggling to figure out how, because I got asked to judge it, and I'm like okay, well I got to judge it and stream it and then find a way to get the day off.
Fun.
There's no decency. There's nothing fair in the world. Free my man's MeatyKage.
Well, the funny part too is like out here, I'm sure it's a thing most places, but like judges get compensated,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I've got sick time. I'll just use sick time. I don't care. And then I'll throw what I'm supposed to earn into the prize pot.
Wow. You're a real community hero, actually. I mean, I think people could have told you that based on the fact that you stream all the events all the time. And nobody ever says thank you enough, but
Dude, honestly, that year off that I took was probably the best thing I've ever done for my mental health.
It's true, bro. We're all online too much, he says, from this internet box we're in, talking to people on the internet.
It's been a great day, a great weekend for if you like content. Like, I know it's really funny that it's on like Valentine's weekend or whatever, and you should go like spend time with humans. But if you are not doing any of that, great time to be a gamer. Like VCT, EMEA, and NA finals are on. Pokemon EUIC was on. We're Live, which obviously is of the same caliber as the last things. Yeah. Vegas is happening right now. And if you're like from Smash and the FGC, like us, Genesis, the Super Bowl of Smash is on right now.
Genesis was great this year. I liked the cameo from Rin Penrose, the VTuber. That was hype.
Yeah, that was very funny.
I got the room bumping.
It costs fucking $12,000 a day for internet at that point.
This is the reason that we don't get to stream events in the UK.
I mean, I think that's just extortionate, right?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, I don't think it's that bad here, but it's still like at least $6,000. So like the reason, because little tidbit, OPE do have the equipment. We could. The internet is literally the only issue. And also, like paying talents, because, man like Adam doesn't want talent to work for free, which I can highly get behind.
That's why he's the GOAT, though.
But yeah, no, it's literally just like affording internet kind of would require some support from our good friends that make the card game.
I like to think Digimon's, like, now that we're in the final sort of shift of NA Nats and therefore the final shift of Nationals before Worlds, I think compared to, we said this time last year, it's like, dang, Digimon had a good year. Digimon had to a degree that I don't think you can easily compare it just by talking about it. Digimon had so much a better year this year than it did last year that it feels like last year was not a good year. When in reality, last year was such a crazy year that it doesn't make sense.
I think this is the best year that Digimon's had, period.
Yeah, I think the like tipping point was when you used to get like, because every card game that's not like, record breaking, whatnot streamer bait will be like, hey, card game dying ? But this year, if you got that in Digimon, you got told to shut up, and that was like the culture has shifted. So like, I think there's something about like, oh yeah, people know that this is like working and that it's good. But it isn't just like knowers that are aware.
Like we did have like when people like entertaining that is Digimon dying, it was always like hey, we made it through BT9. If we can make it through that and this game's eternal, and we've made it through. They then have been testing our fucking patience with things like Hoodie and TS. But
even then the numbers are up. That's the crazy part, is everyone's like, Hoodie is not fun to play or play against in 90% of the gameplay scenarios. It costs less relative to basically every other good deck at the time, and it's really, really, really easy to get all that stuff because it's all in one box.
And it's not Royal Knights.
Yeah, even that's getting cheaper. Like that's the
True.
I had a reference. Yeah,
I had a Gauge prompt set up the other day. I was going through like all my old Memgauge stuff to prune up ahead of Worlds. I'm like, I still have those old, like a couple of the evergreen ones are like the card game being affordable is still one of its main selling points. I was like, low key, kind of.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, it is until you get to those cards like Omnimon X Antibody, where at least out here you're paying $60 for a base copy.
yeah, but that's gonna improve, like because of ADR1. Like we saw the
that
Vegas
card's- I
reveal.
guarantee you $20 off. I guarantee.
Medieval
you
went
$20
from
Yeah.
like, oh man, I didn't realize how crazy this card was. I didn't open enough EX8. EX8 is gone now. It cost $1 bajillion to getting 3 reprints within the space of a month.
Yeah.
Like we just
Like
got the PB out, and then they've announced 2 new reprints for it already, which is just crazy.
It's like Lucamon Chaos Mode was another one of those too.
Such a
Yeah,
hit.
it's just
Such a great
like
call.
I don't understand why that card was $40 for the longest time. It's played in 2 decks.
EX6, bro.
And
It's
one
not
of them is
even.
good.
If you are in EX6, it's over for you. That
I
set
mean-
it's the worst printed Digimon set ever, right? Like they just messed up entirely on distro.
I mean, I would say like it reminded me so much of BT5 and BT6.
BT6 was weird.
Like Double Diamond and Battle of Omni, like those sets were non-existent.
Yeah, now they're at every card store. They managed to not shift their last 2 boxes. Like
Yeah.
you go to like random burg and you're like, damn. Like I was in Gas City, Indiana over the summer. Shout outs. And they had a box of Battle of Omni at a local hobby store. It was tight. I bought that. Pulled the what's it called? Alt Blitzgreymon. That was kind of hype.
Yeah, it's just like because I still remember, and I was talking to one of my friends about this last week. We remember going to the only card shop in town that had starter decks on release day. It was me and 2 other friends, and we all kind of had to decide who was getting what color because it was red, blue, yellow.
Ball.
I got stuck with yellow. And like I remember when BT1 came out, and you were either playing Red Omni, Blue Omni, or Rookie Rush. Of course, I was on Rookie Rush. And then like we waited like 4 months to hear about BT4, and like that did some damage because we had to get that like all of BT2, half of BT3 set. And then we got the like rest of BT3 with BT4.
Yeah.
And then which ironically they did with, Special Booster 2.0 and 2.5, but nobody complained about that.
I frequently forget what cards are in BT 18, 19, and 20 because of those sets. People will be like, oh, do you have card from BT 19? I'm like, yeah, I've got 5 boxes of 2.0 in my house. Surely I have. Nope. It's in
Yeah.
the other half, which I bought none of.
But like BT5 was around the time where like, the game was really starting to progress. We, at least in Colorado, we saw a wave of new players. Like our locals were going from like 3 rounds with like 11 people to the occasional 5 round with like 28 to 30 people. Like BT5 did numbers. But like the cards were kind of hard to get because of that. And then BT6 came out, and God forbid you could even find a fucking box.
I was talking about that this weekend with the new Liberator stuff, and I'm like, I kind of think Liberator has been that like a microcosm for that again, which has been really interesting. Like all of
But for the wrong
Liberator-
reasons.
Well, to a degree, yeah, but like it's been cool to see that like people get excited for those because like a lot has been said about Liberator as a media entity here for Digimon's space, but like people cared. It was cool, and the fact that there's like original stuff in the card game was exciting for a lot of folks. And this being like kind of the first little, it's like the little bow getting tied on it. Like I'm sure we'll get more Liberator down the line. It did numbers, but
Yeah,
like
especially if it does tie into Elysian.
well, if Elysian comes out,
Yeah.
but catch me in May. We'll see how it looks.
It is really interesting for me because I know that there was like a report that said like, oh yeah, Ghost Game, Seekers, and Liberator were all linked in that like they basically just picked out of a hat which was going to be what, and we ended up with Liberator being a webcomic. But like thinking about it, just like where I am in my life, I think I would be way less invested in Liberator if it was an anime. As much as I'm like, oh man, I love me a card game anime, Yu-Gi-Oh, Vanguard,
It would've been
that's
half
what
as
got me
long.
in. Like, I'm kind of glad it's a webcomic because it being like a weekly release or whatever has been really good for like just attention to it. I think it's been a lot more accessible for people getting into, and because it's new, it's really exciting for a lot of people. And unlike a web, it being half web novel, obviously, I think you can see the dichotomy and like, who even knows what happens for the B team.
I love light novel.
Yeah, people who are surprised why there are Jesmon cards when Jesmon's been in the light novel for almost 2 years.
Yeah, it is funny. It just kind of shows that like webtoons are really big for a reason.
Yeah, I think Liberators would benefit from having like the occasional like 3 or 4 minute animation though.
Yeah, like what they do for the trailers, if we could just get like season recaps or like plot point recaps of like 3 chapters, 3 like actual chapters, because I know at least on Webtoon they split the chapters into 3 thirds, I guess, for like reasons. But like if they took like the numbered chapters in 3 and just took plot beats for both A team and B team, I think that would be really interesting to see them as like OVAs or just like little 5-10 minute animations. I think would be really cool for like getting them in, because let's be real, the card games in the thing don't take that long, so it'd be cool to see them fully animated, or even
Also,
slideshow animated, low-key.
Like for me, it's mostly because like we're Digimon players. Like we don't know how to read, so like give us visuals, you know. Give us visuals with sound, so that way we're like, oh, I get it. Oh, that's how the card was supposed to be played.
Well,
That's
even then,
but that's that, yeah. But that's why
even then,
people
they're
watch,
still trying to make us believe winner can win a game.
yeah. But like that's why people think, you know, that's why people watch our content, because like if we're not the ones explaining how the card works, somebody else is, and like that's just way easier than trying to read a card.
Yeah, I've been playing this game for 2 years, and sometimes I'll read effects and just be like,
try that
I don't
number
get it.
again. Try that number again.
Oh shit, 3.
Oh,
Are we on?
uh-oh,
are we on year
uh-oh.
3?
Take it again. Oh, 3, take Ogunike.
Yeah, I've been playing this game for a long time, and I still sometimes read cards that are like crazy, and just go, I don't get it.
2 years, he said.
Well,
We've
okay,
been
hold
doing
on,
this
'cause
podcast for 2 years.
3 years also doesn't sound right, because
When was BT8?
Brother, that's
'Cause-
4 years ago.
I would say
I think it
killed
will be
off.
5. The release for Japanese BT8 is almost 5 years.
Oh,
Because
Let me get the exact date.
Andrew, you got to remember, we killed off DJB
In
What, like-
2022?
3.
3, okay. And I was playing
we-
Digimon by then.
Yeah.
Sorry. North America was May 13th, 2022. Europe was North America was May 27th, 2022. Europe was May 13th. And then in Japan, it was November 26th, 21. So it will be 5 years of BT8 in winter this year.
Painful.
So yeah, bro, you've been here for at least 4 years.
Yeah.
How- Stuck in-
Okay,
you're
how do
stuck
you
in Europe.
guys feel now that we're caught up with Japan?
Oh, it's
and
so
the
much
rest of
better.
these?
It's so
It's
much
so
better.
much better.
So much
But I
better.
still feel like product comes out a little too quick.
It does. I agree with that completely. But like, have we noticed a difference in deck building?
It's better
Since
on
then.
average.
Yeah.
I think that even the quality of like I don't necessarily think there's a lot of, I think all the arguments about like regions having certain like you watch regional finals in any region, I think you could basically pick up and drop the top 1 and 2 players of any national finals in any other region, and they'd largely be able to get the same result. I think like there are basically 30 to 40 just crazy Digimon players globally that are all competing for that kind of level. So it doesn't matter what region you're in. I think you're that good. You're that good. That's my 2 cents. And I think those players globally are all now on better lists, like better defined, better optimized lists than we all would have been before unification.
I think,
I think
also
every region forcing that has made every deck better.
regional
better.
differences also, like there's still regional nuances for sure, but it feels like there's less of a distinct divide in deck building. Like you could look at JP lists and be like, okay, yeah, you know, they're built for best of 1 high roll or something like that. But then you're starting to see, I think 23 has been really a good example of that. Like a lot of the JP players finally messing around with like clearly European lists, like, you know, the Henny Infinity Stones list is now like a global problem instead of like a Western problem. NA is, I think, the most interesting in that they seem to be the most resilient to testing other regions like lists. They're
There's
very
more
like
NA
self-contained.
players.
So yes and no. The issue with NA players is the amount of us that will copy a JP or a China list or a fucking Thailand list, like one for one. Bring it to one of, you know, DMV Drake's or Eagle's Nest, like online tournaments, go 2-2 with it, and then immediately shut the deck down. And it's like, and then like you look at their list, and you're like, okay, well, you have like 6 different one ofs that like are incredibly matchup dependent, and they're like that because it's a best of one. You have these cards
you don't
that are
understand
tested for the
when
best
they're
of one.
for, like when you're supposed to use them for. I remember your the Justimon list way back when on your channel, and just people going like, I don't get it. It doesn't work for me. I was like, yeah, it's because you're not the guy that built the list.
So, but that happens a lot at my locals too, where people build these decks. Because I'll be real, I haven't owned a deck in probably a year and a half. I just post a deck list in Discord. I'm like, hey, can somebody build this for me for next week? I show up and it's on the table for me.
Bro's got that Battle Revolution rental team vibe going.
Basically. Well, and like my favorite thing too
is Revolution was a Wii game from before you were like awake. Damn, it might be actually. Hold on, I gotta Google that. 1 second.
But like I have a thing at locals too, where like if somebody has a deck that they built but they're not comfortable testing, if they pay my entry, I will play it for them in the local.
Dude, a deck pilot for a hire.
Yeah, as long as I've done it with decks where I've like won locals with them before, and they're like, oh, like you won locals, like you went 4-0, you went 5-0. How do you like the deck? And I'll straight up be like, I don't know, man, deck's kind of garbage.
Yeah,
like I won, but I won off of a high roll. I won because like, you know, fucking Jessamon bricked.
Okay. The other part of unification, you brought this up in a fun little beautiful symbiotic bubble for me. I actually, the more unified and the more homogenized deck building globally kind of feels, the more I think I'm resistant to like deck was good, but because Jessamon bricked, I sacked him. My man, that's just Digimon.
Well, that's you
gotta tap back in. That's intended game design. They would make us all play best of one if they could tomorrow.
If I'm winning locals off of like, you know, some dude playing Atmon versus, you know, for the first time, and then Jessamon bricking, and then some dude who somehow managed to sneak in with Bagra Army.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a good enough like run for me to say if the deck is good or not.
Sure, but it is a good enough run to warrant that at the level they paid for you to test it at, it did well, right?
Yeah, I could say like I could say the deck worked, but I can't say if the deck is good. Like if I because like that, going back to Nats, I think that's one of the issues that a lot of people in North America have is we don't want to deal with, you know, 4, 5, 6 Hootie players or TS players at one local, right? Like that's how it is in like most places. Even like One Piece locals, a lot of people do that too, where they're like, I want to win with what I want to win with, not what I should win with.
Yeah, I mean, pet deckers are pet deckers, man. That's card games.
So
I mean, that's kind of how it is for a lot of locals, I think.
Yeah, so people want a hobby to their hobby.
And I think there's so much of a divide between the actual competitive community and the casual community now, especially with the power levels of decks recently. Because it just feels
like,
yeah, sorry, go on.
That causes an issue where when you go to something like Vegas and you run into, you know, TS Neptune and then TS Venus and then TS fucking Maruki, and then you run into Hootie, and then you run into Hootie again, and then you run into Medusa. And it's like, if you haven't played that matchup multiple times in the last couple weeks, like you're going into Nats pretty unprepared. And even then, like there could be that one tech that you didn't expect. There could be that one player who like, he runs 4 copies of this, and 2 copies of this instead of, how your guys at locals ran it the other way around.
Yeah, I think there's like
Like,
massive holes in a lot of people's testing. I think that happens regionally. We're obviously quite blessed that our local has a bunch of incredible players,
Yeah,
so we have quite
some no
insular
lifers.
testing. But also, like,
Fuck me, I guess.
to that,
Hey.
you should not live in Green Hill Zone, bro. The problem with it as well is like having 2 locals is really helpful. We have the strong local and we have round 1 and 2 of nationals local, because sometimes you get the guy that's going to play second as your round 1. Shout out Usman. Sometimes you get a guy that is borrowing a deck, or this is their first regional and they're super nervous and they just they deck profile their deck the night before to check their cards, so they're going to brick for games 1 and most of game 2. You sometimes just want to test into players that are going to be on some dog water, and then you just need like 100 games against like all of the important lists, and not everyone has the resources to test into all of the good decks, but also just like some straight mid. You need to be prepared for the garbage that's in X1, because X1 is where you find freaks.
oh yeah.
I'm usually hunting people in X1. I love ruining a good player's X1 run.
I wanna show an example, right? So this is my Puppet Rush deck, right? It's just fucking pawns, sistermons. This deck is dog shit.
Yeah.
Tell me how I went 3-1 at a local with this twice.
Because your local's full of jobbers.
And I hope they're watching this.
I think this is inherently the problem with modern.
Yeah,
Like,
people think locals can represent a different kind of thing. Like in reality, like you mentioned before, right? Like if you're going to Nats, like, and you haven't played against TS, like, brother, why did you buy a ticket? What are you doing?
We have TS players, we have Titan players, we have Medusa players. The issue is like we have maybe 1 or 2 of each on a good day.
Yeah, but it's I think there's like I think Digimon is an interesting case study in like a game that is large, and same to a degree with other Bandai stuff, in that like One Piece is kind of, it's like what I think really separates the big 3 from the next levels down, which is that like if you don't have the like fully supported ecosystem by which you can get to the tier 2 and 1.5 scale events, like store, like you mentioned, 2-star regionals in a state as big as Colorado, ridiculous. That doesn't make a lot of sense in any capacity. It wouldn't happen in Pokemon, but there's probably 2 in Denver this weekend. So the scale is just different, and so people don't have a great way to onboard themselves into something at that scope. So when Digimon players go from like, damn, I'm all right, I'm usually top 4 locals, to like, brother, his Royal Knights deck cost $7,000 and did a Forbidden Art domain expansion on my bloodline. Like that's they aren't ready for that, and so I think we don't have a way to onboard them.
It doesn't help
that
the online
earlier, Jambo. I'm sorry.
It doesn't help that online testing is also very hit and miss.
Oh, online Digimon's dead because they don't like cheaters. But we killed online Digimon with the cheaters.
Unofficial online Digimon is also a mixed bag. Sometimes you can go 7-0 on a list that is hot ass.
It's okay. Elysian is going to prepare the average Digimon player better than I think people realize. I think when Elysian gets to the point where it represents more competitive Digimon, like for now, a Digimon Elysian to me does not appeal in any way. I don't want to play BT1 with randoms on the internet that are like good old days. I don't care. That does not interest me in any way.
Interests me as someone that didn't get to play that format. I think it'll be interesting.
Andrew, it's bad, man. It's a miracle Digimon survived.
You are not missing anything.
Yeah, Andrew, the game is worse than.
No, I know that, but it'll be interesting to see, as someone that, put far too many hours into historical video to check how a deck has evolved over the years. I think it'll be really interesting to look back at decks. I'm basically the history of videos are going to get so much fucking worse when Elysian comes out, because we're going to get to go through everything.
If you want to go back to BT1, find somebody, and I can almost guarantee there's got to be at least 3 or 4 people in your area that have BT1 cards. Like
Yeah.
all you need is
Let's do this
starter
call
deck.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
I know
need all you-
Antix does that every time he goes to like a nationals. Him and I think it's Neighbor actually. Him and
They
Neighbor
bring
just
like a
play.
cube.
They just bring BT1 decks and play BT1 in the hotel.
like it's your options at the time, and I'm not even kidding, were red Omnimon, blue Omnimon, and some jank ass form of like either blue green Ricky Rush or purple green Ricky Rush.
And the people complain about TS, bro. Can you imagine if that was what Digimon streamed today? The Will Maybe Shatters would be like, burn this to the ground.
Ukomon Rush.
Yeah.
There was what was that fucking the black, it was like Black War Greymon and Millenniumon.
Oh, the like
Oh,
Millennia that free played
yeah.
itself over and over again.
Yeah, there and that was a deck. And then
God.
like
Oh, the game
the
was
next
so
set,
shit.
it was.
Jesus Christ.
I love
But we
Digimon, bro.
stuck around.
Yeah, it's true. My hard line in the sand, I was very clear, was that I was gonna play when Galamon got a deck, and then it got a starter deck. So
Yeah,
I
mine was
out
Flame
here.
Dramon. I said I like All Force is not my guy. Yeah, I like Vmon, but like I like the Vmon that turns into Flame Dramon and Magnamon. Give me him and I'll join. Now we're here.
And then we had that EX1 era where literally everybody was on Imperial.
Or
I love
Diaboro.
Yeah, well, no, Gabubond.
No,
I remember
Gabubond
Gabubond a certain way.
In the game.
Oh god.
Gabubond was the
Gabubond,
best deck
yeah.
ever made.
I
And
knew
then
how
it went for
Gabubond
another
works before I
tier
could play
format.
Digimon.
Gabubond is such a crazy, like, I would love to, like the strongest of today versus strongest of all time. Gabubond is a contender for like the biggest gap between its functionality and everything else in the field, just forever. Like, I still think BT8 is the worst Digimon format of all time. We've talked about this on the internet at length.
And
till the cows
And there
come
was a
home.
guy trying to explain that he was having fun with it.
I know.
There's always one.
Listen, I 2026 new Tom, he doesn't have to get as mad at people on the internet. I can just
Like,
let things go.
I've been playing Yellow Hybrid Control. This
Yeah.
format is so fun. Like,
As a competitor, post Jet Sophie restriction, I enjoyed it a lot.
yeah.
Pre Jet Sophie restriction, I was on the bandwagon and I was like, fuck it, I'm balling.
that deck was
Like,
so broken.
Yeah, you played it or you had an answer to it.
yeah. But like I won a store championship with Blue Hybrid around that time. So like
Yeah, that deck was broken.
that deck was that deck was
we went from tier 0 into a tier 0 into a tier 0.5. But then guess what?
I don't
We
think the
fucked
second tier
around.
0 is necessary. Jessmon could have been the next tier 0 deck if we kept to the Japanese ban list. If they had
Yeah.
Chimera, the whole shebang, they kept the Savior Huckmon for that whole format, that deck would have been bananas in best of 3.
It was.
But it's
No, 'cause we got the hit,
instead
right?
we got the Savior Huck hit.
Yeah, that was at BT8.
That's what I'm saying. In BT, if it had kept it for that
Oh,
whole
okay.
next format, I still think it would have been that good.
Well, yeah,
That's the
'cause- yeah. I'll make a free Chimeramon for just playing the game.
Yahoo! DNA was
then-
normal the whole time.
Because I'm trying to think, is after Blue Hybrid, I fucking shit stomped with Red Hybrid. The one where you would just like keep it and raising until you had like
that build was so funny.
I
That
played a
was
lot of
just
that.
crazy.
OTK.
And then dude, I went on a fucking fat slump for a while after that. But I don't even remember what was in the meta at the time.
Like
The game
Was it
is-
CrossHeart.
Lilith Loop?
Yeah, that was sick. That was cool.
Lilith-
That was
yeah,
cool.
I remember. Yeah, dude, I kept losing to Lilith.
Tom, stop complaining what you played against it.
Lilith Loop was
There
cool.
was one guy in England who was good at it, and his name
Yeah.
is Francis Fenton 2G Denton.
Shout out to Fenton.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I used
I
to think
just-
Ofani was like Ofani Fuldamo was the coolest card because of Fenton. And they never made another one.
Dude, in that time, I genuinely don't think I ever like actually lost to Lilith Loop. I think I just scooped because I hate sitting there watching my opponent take a turn.
Speaking of Jambo, you had an excellent tweet yesterday about
Bring that
Galaxy.
shit up, baby.
Yeah.
Bring that shit up.
the dangerous gambit of bringing
okay.
up a Jambo tweet on stream.
Someone on the fucking the prod team for every single big NA event just fucking loves Galaxy. They fucking adore it. They adore it. And that deck is utter dog shit. It doesn't fucking do anything. It's the most potential man deck of all time.
It's not as bad as, well, you know what, Jambo? You're right, actually. Given right now where everyone thinks it's gonna be the nuts because of the the TS stuff, I'm not there.
Literally, the only game it has ever been featured on stream and it has won was Worlds.
Yeah.
And I saw someone the other day just trying to say that, like, damn, if only Mirage was still at 4, Galaxy would definitely be tier 1. Motherfucker, Mirage was at 4 when it won Worlds.
Yeah.
And they were only playing 1 then. So, what are we doing?
I think the other crazy part is if Mirage was at 4 now, it would just be in blue TS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would just be a Lanamon stack that has Decode Calamara under your Mirage.
Yeah, and it would untap 2 times.
Yeah, like, or Aegiomon could give it barrier. Just like you'd be ready to leave. Waymon when he's turning into a dog again. Yeah, I don't know. Listen, there are layers to, like, people. The other thing is, like, you know, again, I said earlier that the chat for Bandai streams are like, it's like a petting zoo. You're supposed to wash your hands after you interact. And when you go through and you wade through that enough, you're like, damn, people want everything that's on stream banned. They want everything that's on the ban list set on fire. They want every card game that's not One Piece banned. Then we want One Piece to get banned the next day. That's like, I think you guys might not be cut out for card games.
Yes,
I agree with the sentiment of, like, people need to calm the fuck down, but at the same time, like, when you've played the same game since its release and you look at the format that we've had, I'd say since probably BT22,
Sure,
where it just kind of feels like you're running one of 3, maybe 4 decks. Like, and we went
certainly since the last ban list, yeah.
Yeah, and I honestly, from, like, I'd say BT 13, because, like, even when, like, Royal Knights first came out, like, the deck was good, but it wasn't like, Jesus Christ, like, I literally don't have a response to any of this.
Sure.
Like, I'd say, you know, from BT 13, maybe 14, up until, I'd say, like, I mean, I don't want to say EX6 because it was short printed, but that definitely fucked things up.
It did mess it up. That format would have been a big deal.
Yeah, but, like, we went a solid, like, 8 sets of, you could get away with some stupid shit.
It's true.
And now we're right back to, you're playing TS, you're playing Hootie, maybe you're playing Medusa.
We're getting dual cards in a couple months, you know. Never count out the stupid shit. Never count out the stupid.
Your Ravemon is gonna go crazy.
Woo!
That
I'm
artwork,
so excited, man.
that artwork screams it's gonna be exactly as we thought it would perform, thanks to that information that we definitely got.
Yeah. The mailing list.
Our card design.
Yeah. No, we let him
we got
borrow
that
it.
from him. They come in the email.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. They were just sending.
We do have Andrew. You know, he has worked.
He knows guys.
Yeah,
So
we
he
just,
knows
we didn't want Chi to be doing all the translation, so I stepped in Nihongo Jozu to translate the cards for you, and I just happened to unfortunately leave that up.
Is it problematic that they started sending you that stuff in February?
It's when I'm at my strongest.
Oh, good point. I hadn't thought about it.
I got it done in a day. That would have been like 3 to 4 business weeks.
Oh, I wish I kept stuff that you don't think about that you would need live from Misplay. But I saw this tweet that was like, I had to explain Black History Month to my friend as though it was in the context of lycanthropy and that I am completely unstoppable for 28 days. And I was like, yes, sir.
Yeah, I got superpowers.
I mean,
the AoE buff.
the last 2 or 3, no, I think, how many local streams have I had this month? I think 3. But the first match of each stream in the month of February, you know, I got a brother on stream.
W.
I got to.
W.
Representation matters.
That's
I hit up Justin, Q, or Jones, and I'm like, all right, when are y'all getting on stream?
For the
And
vibe.
I hit him with the,
Me when I break.
I'm still at the show.
average Denver man.
dude, that my Digimon locals are like legitimately like family to me, so I can get away with whatever.
Yeah.
When you get
I'm doing it. I'm gonna drop that to Andrew on Wednesday.
that's
Dude,
Guys,
after we fist bump, we'll be like,
You're casting worlds.
You gotta be like when you go in for the fist bump, you gotta be like, hey man, just watch Black Panther.
I even saw the second one.
Wakanda forever, brother.
Well, okay, there's definitely some guys at Jesters who are like, you'd mention Black History Month around them, and they'd be like, they pull a Wakanda Forever out.
might
They
try,
just
might
pull
try
them
that.
out.
Might try that tomorrow.
Oh, please. It's like the James Freeman. It's like the James Freeman picture when he's doing it in the fucking robot.
Speaking of Black History Month, I will say it was very, very fun to watch Ben pilot Magnetic Dramon.
Justimon.
Yeah, Justimon was there.
He did cheat though, but like, you know.
So what is it that he actually did? Oh, it was the
Okay.
Icemon, right?
So he went Icemon effect, but target Justimon. But so it was a cheat no matter what, right? But it was really funny because he handed it to his opponent. His opponent read it, said, "Oh, okay," and then just played on.
Yeah, they just know, like, just sheer gusto to get through it.
Hey,
was
look,
like,
Jedi mind
yeah.
tricks are like, as of 2026, Jedi mind tricks are fully not penalized in TRM. We just had a video come out where we watched Trix fucking Jedi mind trick a Creepymon play.
Pretty wild.
Just like she will bot deck herself if you pass me 4 or less. Seems like, okay, if I pass you 4 or less, she sends herself to the bottom of the deck. You have no cards in deck. Like, yes. So I just need to pass you 5 or higher. Yes. I'm going to pass you 4.
It's that easy.
I mean, when my
Again,
friends were playtesting the other night, one of them asked me, because one of them had a memory tamer out. The other dude was like, so 2 or less means if I put him to 1, he'll also go up to 3. And I was like, dude, you've been playing this game for 2 years. What the fuck?
Yes, has dudes so mind scrambled. They're trying to work out how to play around mem setters.
oh, that's so
I'm
good.
like, what? He's like, because like he set him to 1, and my friend was like, all right, go to 3. He's like, well, no, this is 2 or less. And I was like, yeah, 2 or less, 1 being less than 2.
But they
I'm like,
they have a bit of the Colorado National. What the fuck?
I mean, I mean, if you can watch the VOD, yeah.
Neither here nor
There's
there.
no way.
I'm not gonna answer, but you can.
There's no way.
I love that your locals has mics on, bro.
We
Sometimes
can't have that.
sometimes I listen to
We
the
can't have that fun. bro.
sometimes I listen to what's happening in the background of Fanboy Locals, and I'm like, this is why we can't have audio.
I'm calling my show.
Yeah,
Epstein's
Table
greatest
2 is
fucking creator.
displaying hostility that you would not think would warrant a
Table
company
2
to
is
get
talking
pizza
about
after
like
locals.
tax evasion.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, true.
Do you ever hear that like really loud like ah ha 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 laugh?
Yes,
Yeah.
My
it
locals?
keeps me awake when I'm trying to work late at night.
That's my boss.
Sure.
That's my boss. That's Aaron. That's
I'm
what you
I'll be,
like.
still hearing
I'll be
this, bro.
sat like on
He
Adobe
loves that laugh.
Premiere.
He loves that laugh. He wants to hear it all day and keep his job.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be sat on like Adobe Premiere, and it'll be like a metric to be like, oh, the next round is starting.
Yeah. And then we also have that like, where either myself or Joe, one of the 2 judges, will do the whole like Digimon players, your time is starting, everybody good luck, have fun, and digital gates open, and we'll try to get everybody to say it at once.
Yeah, it's cute. I fuck with that.
I wish
Like,
if we hatched our eggs at the same time, just saying, it would be so much
We'd
better.
stand up those vanguards.
Yeah,
right,
if we could
Andrew?
stand up those vanguards, bro, this game would be unstoppable.
If we could persona ride.
X antibody.
So guys, this new Omnimon has assembly.
Yeah,
It's
just have
really
assembly
good.
actually.
It's really good.
Wait, there's an Omnimon?
It's really good.
What's Omnimon?
What?
Sorry, you might know him as Omegamon. 'cause you-
Oh, true. Oh, it's like Dukemon.
No, it's nothing like Dukemon. You will not catch me talking about any Dukes in Black History Month, sir. Those folks have lots of reparations to answer for.
True. I like that they've just established that assembly -6 is kind of just an acceptable cost to slam a Mega for.
Yeah, pay 9 and not have overflow is nuts. No, but sincerely, like it's this card.
You can give it overflow fucking 8 if you wanted.
If you wanted to, you can give it overflow 8. But the crazy part to me of this card is like I want to talk about it really fast. Is like Hero, because in Hero, the fact that there are no components to this card that are like correlated to needing your DNA trigger. Like it's just always do all, which is fantastic in Hero because you can cheat it up. Fantastic in Adventure because Anjuamon exists. So every now and then, if you get to just find another Birdramon midway through your combo, you will make an Omnimon on top of an immune Wargreymon Ace. But in Omnimon, this card is recursive because it's play from trash, spit them out, and then Mega Knight. So like it's another layer of interaction. It will lose to Styraco the same way basically any pile that wants to do something from the trash pile right now. But like on the whole, this actually gives the deck another dimension by which you can play through, and it further incentivizes the fact that we're like in a cool fight me format. So like you know the fact that things still beat partition with fighting means that like you get we're gonna get our 8 months where Vortextramon gets to run the show. But you know, for the meantime, Omnimon gets a new toy.
I am kind of surprised it doesn't have a if DNA digivolving.
It's because they want you to really want this to work in things that aren't just Omnimon.
Yeah, they want it to work in Adventure.
Yeah, if it was only DNAing, I do not think Adventure could actually play. I think Adventure can play 1 or 2 of these now. I think if it was so contingent on finding both aces, you wouldn't play it.
Yeah,
but it would be really funny.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think that's going to be one of the issues, though, is Adventure is so dependent on the aces.
Yeah, no, but you can, because it's partition, isn't it?
It's
partition out. It doesn't matter.
Also,
Wargreymon.
Yeah, that's true.
Overflow isn't real? Are you sure?
Well, just don't use both aces. Just use the other Wargreymon.
No, Tom, have you considered that both aces is incredibly funny to just like...
My bad, you're right.
Could you imagine someone... Yeah, if someone tries to put... Like, they have a lethal line that involves killing this, and then it spits out the 2 bodies and they go, oh shit, yeah, that is how partition works, and they lose for it. That's cinema.
Yeah, it would be cool. I think it's also funny to keep moving the needle, so they reprinted the expensive Gallantmon promo, and then they made an Omnimon that makes the Wargreymon promo really good. So
I do think they missed the mark by not making it an ace, though. I think
no, the deck has a new ace. It has
it would have been funny. Another ace. You know, it would have been funnier.
Yeah, but like the advantage that the deck has is like Mega Knight is like a cheater card. It's like the deck's like legally required cheater card. So like having something like that means they're all kind of shitty half aces now. Like I had a game the other week where I made Alter S on their turn just to be like, I don't know, I think it'll stick.
You're just like, here you go.
Yeah, exactly.
It's play cost as well with the tamers.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Yeah, the assembly cost plus the time mats means that you can get this thing down for a number that is so cheap it'll make your head spin.
Yeah,
because if you have
plus adventure
and the adventure ones as well.
Yeah,
yes,
you can make
that's
this
true.
Really cheap.
Yes, sir. The tie. Oh dear, if you don't have your ties, it's time to pick them up.
I think the DATS stuff is going to be interesting. I mean, obviously we haven't seen enough cards to know really what it's going to do, but the idea that all of them are basically training for tamers, and then you're digibursting out from tamers, which is objectively a safer resource than a body in raising or body on board, I think is interesting. Like they really are just like, we're fine with banishing cards face down.
Is this tamer duo like the most ultimate he said no pickles photo?
Yes, it is. Well, Keenan Cryer, of course, is allergic to every basically processed food in history. So if he sits near a McDonald's, he catches fire. That dude ate nothing but Digisprouts for, I don't know, prologue amount of time in Digimon Data Squad.
You know when you talk about like giving a Dorito to a Victorian child?
Oh, you missed the bit where we were talking about complaining about banning cards. That was about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. New support get printed? Oh my god, please
ban old support.
Ban old support. I don't like it.
I love when people talk about rotation, but people are finally well, there's sentient life
Digimon
forms.
had rotation, I'd have fucking no reason to play this game.
Also, if Digimon
Also
had
wouldn't
rotation,
change
Hoodie
anything.
would be the only deck.
Yeah, it
It's
wouldn't
not
change
even that it
anything.
would be like the best deck. It'd just be the newest thing would win every
Outside
time.
of Royal Knights, all the problematic decks are new. And Levia.
I also think we're like,
EX5 raises its head up every day.
Okay.
I think it's way too late for rotation.
I just
I'd
think it solves
I'd
anything.
move to One Piece because at least
format.
every single
They have a rotation as well.
yeah they have a
Jambo,
rotation.
Jambo, it's a
But guess
hero.
what? The dev
It's a
team is
hero,
fucking
Jambo,
smart.
Riftbound, Jambo, look.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah,
I-
where are you gonna get Riftbound products?
The flavor on these decks though is really good. Because
Yeah,
the whole point of savers is like DNA charge, fucking Digisoul burst. The whole point is that like you take energy from the tamers and give them to the Digimon, and then like beat break with the E-pulse and shit.
Yeah, I think this is cool. It'll be really funny.
Give us the Digiverse keyword back though. Enough of this like fake Digiverse.
I like these like choices to make powerful effects on cards that aren't Digimon though. So like by having this and the TS promo tamers are interesting in the same kind of way, where it's like people have been talking about the Kanon Yuki card. It's like, oh yeah, she's just, if you have 4 or less, suspend any Digimon they've got. That's crazy. And it's like, yeah, they want tamers and options to be proportionally powerful in architecture.
There's enough interaction with tamers now that they feel safe putting good stuff on tamers again, because they're like, hey, if your deck doesn't have tamer interaction, that's on you. Like every color has tamer interaction now.
Security stacking, popping, bouncing, deleting,
Blocking.
obviously, and bot decking.
Yeah, so every single color has tamer interaction. If
Or freezing.
Yeah, like if you don't have tamer interaction, that's kind of on you.
And you can put it in your deck now. Like cards are free to do. You know, you can play 900 different colored one-ofs. Why not play a black or grays?
Yeah, it'd be cool to see what they do with the rest of this. But just like from the idea, I think this is quite cool. And also, it does mean that some of these cards are going to be hammer sparks when you zero cost burst evo into. I don't know. If they don't make new bursts, but they make cracked level 6s, do you think the zero cost burst modes? Do you think Ravemon is playable, Tom?
No, I'll give you this. So the problem is, I see what you're getting at. The problem is sequencing would remove the tamer card before its effect activated. So you'd never get any of those triggers. Yeah, I'm so sorry to tell you that, but actually, if Ravemon burst mode picks up a Kenan, the Kenan is not there to see. I got no sources.
Okay.
Yeah, the burst mode cards are actually the secret terrible truth, Andrew, is that they're all pretty bad. Burst mode was carried by Marcus. Sorry, Shine burst mode was carried by Marcus. Mirage burst mode was carried by Mirage. Yoshino.
Yeah.
And then Ravemon.
Yeah.
And that's everything.
You know, Kenan's a fruitcake, right?
Yeah, that's right.
True.
Yeah.
Kenan has tops. Can't say that about the rest of them right now.
Like you play Ravemon knowing that you're going to use your own floodgate on yourself, and it's going to only give you 1 memory. But he's so cool, bro. Ninjas are so cool.
He's so cool.
He's so cool, Jambo. Did you know he's a bird ninja robot?
I think
like,
he's my favorite
cool
burst mode.
words.
That's crazy.
Those are just cool words.
It's like everything you drew in your notebook in elementary school.
Yeah, dude. That's why I like it. No, the Shine is crazy though. Me and Jambo talked about this like less than 2 weeks ago. Like individually, the new DATS cards are like kind of, they stand to like, maybe there'll be new powerful stuff in Shine outside of the 6. But the actual Shine Greymon level 6 is like a house, Andrew. It's like a modernized power creep version of BT3 Shine. Is BT3 the right set? The yellow one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that woo. If you like making ruin mode, they made it a lot easier today. You can make a ruin mode from 1 with a scramble now. That's like the warp Agumon plus the end of turn Marcus can do it. Yeah, it's, I mean, but they're making ruin mode cheap, so it's kind of like, I don't necessarily mind if the card's affordable. I think the card's stupid and belligerent, but if it's cheap, yeah.
Remember when Death X was like $100?
Dude, yeah, I know that if Azanimon Zoom In ever crosses my desk again, it would be surprising to do one of just the hits over the years, because I was looking at that before. I once bought a Mirage burst mode, like all blue one for a friend for a birthday, and now we could have I'm glad we got it because they were happy to have it. But man, we basically could have just had more fun setting that money on fire. Just breathing in some plastic. Shout out to laminated currency.
Yeah, but you never know.
Yeah, you never know. That's true. That's Digimon.
BT1,
Omnimon.
Secret Rare, Omnimon.
I would love one of those. I was talking about that. The sleeves that we got in Ats are so cool. If you're in Vegas, you guys should pick yourselves up the Ghost Omnimon sleeves. They're so pretty.
Line for retail.
Oh, I love that card.
That was so sick.
That's the redirector, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was in my phone case for like a solid year.
And did it not Pringle?
No.
That'd be helpful about the phone case.
Yeah,
it was in a perfect fit and then in a sleeve, and now it's the Digimon.
Sick.
Oh,
remember when unsuspending used to be something worth putting on secret rares?
Right.
The black mid-range deck in like BT5 that played like both Zwart Defeat and the BT5 on the X was so sick.
God, that deck was so
back in the day, you could pass on a Hyandramon, and that was good. That was a strong play.
That's what I think of when I think of like the limited stuff I've seen of Elysian. I keep forgetting it's BT like 1 to 3. I keep thinking it's BT 1 to 5 with extra cards. So that's why I'm like, yeah, because black blocker hell is what's good right now.
They actually have Shoto blockers. That's their quirk. It'd be fun to do an Elysian. You know, don't quote me on this, but like if you're watching this far into our episode of Misplay Game, thank you very much. I appreciate you. This year, I recently did all my account transfer stuff, moved some things around, and got my Twitch affiliate account back. So maybe if Elysian comes out, I'll play some of that. I just think it's one of those things where it's like, I think people have convinced themselves in some capacity that there's some joy to be had by honestly paying 3 for your level 5 and hoping that's good enough for your turn. And in reality, it's actually very bad and boring.
It is, but at the time, like when
but it is 2026, amigo.
Because
I did my time, you know.
You remember when the one cost level 4 blockers came out, like the starter decks?
Yeah, that was crazy.
And everybody was like super hyped on that because like it was the first level. It was like, you know, they were good level 4s. Digivolved for one, so you got to keep turn.
Yeah, I not 3 weeks ago was playing Nature Spirits at Fanboy 3, and that deck's carried by its 1 to evolve level 4. And let me tell you, there is no love to be found in 1 to evolve level 4s anymore.
Oh yeah,
the game has moved past them. It's over.
If you're not digivolving for free most of the time, what are you doing? But like at the same time, like I have a video on my channel where my friend Alex and I played OG CrossHeart versus OG
Banger.
Black X Antibody by Alphamon.
I love when Alphamon gets called Black X Antibody. That makes me chuckle every time.
And well, that's what we called the deck back then.
That's what Limitless calls it.
Yeah. And like it was pre-ban list, and it was probably the most fun I had playing Digimon in months because it was just like everything was so fluid. Like you weren't really breaking any of the rules like you are now. You're not reading walls of texts. You're just like, cool, I'm just gonna digicross. I'm gonna tap this to gain a memory, tap this to draw a card, and I have rush, so I'm gonna swing. And then, you know, Alphamon's like, oh, I'm gonna go into the stack, I'm gonna tap my cool boys, you know, gain memory, draw a card, here's my guy, right?
You're right. Can I be honest? We had a bit on this show a long while ago about like how BT9 gets flame that it maybe didn't deserve, and a different format from that year does deserve. But like,
was it just BT9 was long? Is that what the problem
It was part of the problem. I'm not gonna lie though, the top 3 were not in a particularly interactive triangle with each other. Like Grandis, Alphamon, Garurumon, like
kind of miserable.
And
it felt miserable at the time.
Someone quirky would be on Warg and like, oh, I died to red this time.
History absolves them in a way that like they are a template in a lot of ways for archetype Digimon. Like Alphamon and Garurumon really are kind of like early examples of what they were trying to do with archetype stuff. In a way that like some things hadn't yet gotten to. Whereas you look back at like BT8 playing like random DNA hate cards because you could get away with Chimeramon, and you're like, shit, man, smells like Hoodiemon in here.
I guess one of the other things that helps with remembering them in BT 9 is that they're not relevant now. Like Grandless, Grand Quagamon has not had a card printed in 10 millennia.
Yeah, this Melga deck is not doing
Melga, yeah, I mean,
Low.
Melga's like, entire bloodline is on the ban list, but as a result, it means that, like, they made a new Metal Garurumon X antibody that saw 0 play despite 3 ult arts. So
I think that card's fascinating. I've seen like a couple people messing around with it. It has
yeah, but that's the thing. They're messing around with it. Like, I'm expecting a Melga or Granku to show up on a Kavinsky TCG video. I'm like, this is 15 minutes of my life. I'm never getting back, but I'm going to be entertained for the entire video. And I just be like, wow, I used to froth at the mouth if I saw one of these cards flip. And now I'm like, ooh, it smells like Christmas and childhood. I get to watch someone get run over by a steamroller for fun.
Oh my god, Alphamon's taking a second turn. I feel so cozy inside.
Yeah, like now when you see them, you're like, pilot. Yeah, you're like, oh, I got OTK'd. Pilot gap. Like, whereas before, it's making Coke the old-fashioned way.
Heartwarming. This Melga makes Coke the old-fashioned way.
If you don't drink Coke the old-fashioned way every single week because you don't work in the diner, like Mexican Coke, it's a little bit different.
Frame it. That's the vision.
This OTK player kills you the old-fashioned way.
5 checks, no options.
Somebody fucking lays down a Melga deck, and then right next to it is a Hootie deck, and you're like, oh, well, the Melga deck's in a glass bottle.
You see that comment? It's like they say the next one will be sent by a woman, and it's like a drone strike.
Bill Star OTK.
Yeah, exactly. Like, progress is here. We've done it.
Medusamon when she caves my skull in.
Dude, hey, go ahead.
We've been talking at locals. We've been talking about recreating like the old Worlds matchups, though.
Someone should try and prop Biting Crush under a Pillarmon just to run it back one more time.
Right, but like my issue would be the security control grand finals. That was what, 23?
Yeah.
Where
where
like the Japanese player was like, I've never played against this deck. I don't know what it does. And he's just like, all right, I'm gonna play this, recover 1. Oh, this got deleted, recover 1. Oh, I deleted your thing, recover 1. And the guy's just like, is that allowed? Like that's why, like, going back to when you guys were saying like NA has 6 players at Worlds and NA might have a chance without security control. I doubt it.
There are some pretty good NA players.
There are, but we need decks that people don't expect.
I guess one thing that is interesting is it depends on how the seeding works, because Japan, we say this every week, Japan fucking hates that crocodile, bro. They
hate him.
They'll resolve any purple level 6 except the one they should on top of Dark Animals. And like, as long as Moment just gets 5 Japanese players back to back, my man's is gonna hit grand finals because he's just gonna eat them alive.
Well, or the other thing is that like time caught up to those animals, and now you can play KDA, and it's like that's the kind of deck where like a purple player at that level would also be able to clean up shop there.
You could, but I also expect like a KDA player that plays in best of 1 to have forgotten how to play into Biting Crush, and Moment's just gonna go Goblin back, Biting Crush for 8, pass, and then he's gonna look at them and go, shit, best of 1.
Well, is it best of? I have to see if the World's Finals format.
I think it's
best of 1 out of pools, right?
Yeah, it's best of 1 until top 8.
No, top 4.
Hi.
Tough break, bro.
And then so it's best of 1 till top. So if it's assuming how it is last year, which it probably will be. Also, this year, completely closed off. If you're trying to watch that shit, motherfucker, you're not allowed in the venue. It's going to be recorded. They're doing interviews. They're doing fucking everything for it.
I mean, it's cool that we have a different venue to One Piece. So I think One Piece might...
Same, but it's all the same shit, yeah. They're all just doing it at the Bandai headquarters.
I heard different. I heard that One Piece has its own venue.
I had a conversation today with an individual.
Some are saying.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a conversation with some individuals. They know who they are.
Others are saying.
But no,
I
it's
hope
just-
an individual contacts me one day.
Dude, I've heard so much about this individual
Oh.
fella.
what happened to your mic, bro?
Brother.
It's good now,
Yeah,
but
you're
like,
good. that was-
Become sound boomed. Dude, it's me, Mr. Individual. I'm here to blow out your ears.
that
Um,
was awesome. That the yeah, I don't even have like
And
a
Ben's going to Worlds.
what?
Dude, we're not gonna find a funnier bit than that. Should we go to Boko?
Beep, 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 beep. Dan Vang report.
Let's get it.
Daniel Vang report. He has said in a chat that I'm in, Congo won 3rd place, and then first Congo what question mark? Dan Vang said yes. Ben.
W.
Dude, shout out Black History Month. My favorite Black Control player, Ben.
Ben. Donkey Nog vlogs in Japan.
Oh,
Dude, I can't wait to get
So
that
sick.
Japanese trip vlog in September when he edits it.
that is true. Actually,
The Ben vlogs are like 2 formats
is
late. He's like, here's my first
insane.
place Mugendramon. I was like, Ben. They've printed 3 new cards and
He's
stuff.
like, yeah, guys, I was good at Ragnar. Mugendramon pretty good.
Oh,
I'm
what if he
going
just
to Worlds.
wait? Jill's going, and Ben's going to Worlds, and I'm gonna make a group chat. And like, fellas, we have the opportunity to
The
do
agenda.
the funniest thing at Worlds. Because I will be there,
They are flying me out.
so I can cast Ragnar Luardmon in pools.
Oh my, that's crazy. Shout out to Ben, my god.
But yeah, that's awesome. If you did watch episode 61, I hope you enjoyed us being just a normal podcast where we said we were going to talk about stuff, and I think vaguely touched on the points we said we would. Any other business holding it down? We're going to record some bonus content now for the champion level members. I mean, it's for everyone, but the champions get to see it in February, you know, the greatest month of the year, the shortest month of the year. Well, we're going to decide what the kids from Tamers, season 3 of the Digimon franchise in the anime, what they would bring to the cookout. This one is canonically a different cookout to the last 2 cookouts that we have been designing for. So you won't hear about such classics like Long Meat and Zims.
Patamon has a smoking problem, but he's working on it really hard.
Okay, I cannot be in this Boca, but my suggestion is going to be Takato is bringing Joe off ice. Henry, salt and pepper chicken wings.
Yeah.
Rika, macaroons.
To find out if we trust Jambo on a crazy called shot, yeah, you should be a channel member. You can check it out. $5 a month gets you on the channel, the champion tier. You can see a bunch of stuff early. It's pretty great. You could also, hypothetically speaking, if you had an Amazon Prime account attached to the same email that you have your Twitch account, you can try Twitch Prime. It'll turn the overlay blue really quickly here, and it's free, and it takes money out of Jeff's pocket and puts it into Andrew's. So that's cool.
And it will go towards like a draft format or making Digimon more frequently without going into the minus.
That is true.
But yeah. Thank you, Jambo, for filling in last minute. And thank you, MeatyKage, for once again coming back to the pod.
If you guys got anything you'd like to plug real quick on the up and down here for the people online.
At Jambo TCG on Twitter.
Dude, you
know
have
the vibes.
reply guys now. It's awesome.
You know the vibes. I just made a tweet about Millennium on it, just to 200. I don't know.
Yeah.
People like
You're like
Millennium on, I guess.
Just YouTube MeatyKage and watch my streams. That's all I ask.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna. You don't even have to contest this one. This one's gonna be pretty
Sad,
easy.
right?
Yeah.
I miss him.
We're gonna head off, and we'll be back for some Boko offline.
February.
What the hell, Jambo? Baba Booey.